think I'm working. Sorry about the false start earlier. Not seeing anything yet showing up on my screen. Um, yeah, the other one had a false start. Sorry about that. That was one of the that was weird. It's a setting. So hopefully y'all coming over here. Let's see. First and foremost, for the picture here, this is from Twitter buddy at Doyers Dave. Please follow him. Go and look at his stuff. He has just some of the best artwork. He's very quick with everything, and is able to just get stuff recorded quickly. It's pretty cool. It gets when topics come up, he's really quick on getting those things down. I am just going to do some quick checking to make sure everything is good. It looks like it. Let's see. Subscriptions. This me. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're live. Yeah, sorry about that. All right. First, I'm just gonna let's get over to here. Whoops. Let me just kill this over here. I'm just being silly now. Elephant in the room. Julio Urias was arrested last night, this morning, whatever, for domestic violence. It's a felony charge. It is what it is. Yeah, hopefully, okay, now hopefully you can see my face, Sal. Thanks for joining. Thanks, William. Yeah, go Dodgers. But yeah, the elephant in the room is Julio being arrested. He has definitely thrown his last pitch for the Dodgers. I don't know how it all works. Can't remember. There's administration stuff and all that. At the end of the day, he was arrested. I'm going to turn off this light. That's making things worse. There we go. He was arrested and for felony domestic battery. You're just doing a quick look. It means he did something really bad to another person, to a woman. I'm assuming it's his wife. He is married that I know of. I've seen a wedding ring on him, and so just terrible things, especially for his wife and his family and anyone else that's involved, her family and everything like that. So he's gone. This broadcast is. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with some of my Julio content. Right now, I've been trying to make things go private and things like that. Yeah, we're gonna talk about these things right next, William. That's for sure. But yeah, Julio's gone, never to be returned. I do go back. I literally, as some of you know, I went to New York to see his debut. He was one of the first people he's the first person I covered with my media pass. And first I interviewed with him. Just spoke with him, in June. But all the best somehow. I do believe in redemption. And I'm hoping that he will get the help and the salvation that he needs. Yeah. So let's talk. So number 5 started. It kind of leads right into some of the things we want to talk about. I saw in the headline. This is later than I wanted to do it. I was going to actually think about doing this morning before I saw a certain headline. And I actually wanted to do it last night. I just ran out of time. Hepatitis, see you later. Salute to you. So Walker Buehler did look good in his debut or whatever it was. Yeah, rehab debut. And then Bobby Miller said, I see your 2 innings, and I'm going to go 7 against the best team in baseball, and I'm going to only give up 1 run. So Bobby Miller is our guy. He's our number 2 starter. That's the way I see it. It's going to go Kershaw. We'll have Miller in there. We're going to have probably Lance Lynn. And then, to get into these guys, Pepio, Sheehan, Gavin Stone, Ryan Yarbrough, all those guys. I think a combination of those is what's going to make our 4th starter and maybe even part of our 3rd. I think that Miller has that extra in him. It does. It's got that familiarity of 2018 Walker Buehler. I actually so I haven't had a chance to talk to y'all since I had my media pass last Wednesday, and I did get a chance to talk to Bobby Miller just briefly. I just went up to reintroduce myself. I had that really cool picture where he posed with Diego Cartaya during spring training, and he barely, I reminded him of that, and he kind of remembered a little bit. But yeah, we were talking about, he was wondering what was wrong with him, shoulder wise and things like that. And turns out, he does. He did have a slow start, but and I said, hey, hopefully it can lead to more rest to be ready for October. And he goes, yeah, sure, something like that. I sure hope so. I'm not. Don't quote me directly, but yeah. So it was good to talk to him. I talked to Michael Bush briefly. He just wants to play. Ryan Pepio it was great because he had a really great start, and got to chat with him afterwards. Did learn that he doesn't mind talking beforehand. I saw him talking to Vassay before the game, and yeah, I asked him afterwards, hey, are you bothered with that? And would it bother you if I talked to you? So he's not bothered by that. And then I did speak with Outman. I just saw him on the way out, and just always good to see James, and just really happy for the August 2023 National League Rookie of the Month. So very cool, along with Mookie Betts being the Player of the Month for August. Let's see. I think Yarbrough, I keep saying Yarborough, sorry. I think Yarbrough should transition from long reliever to lefty specialist since we lack trustable lefties. I don't know what gave you that thing. Did something on Saturday night bother you? What? So our reliever can't come in and get anyone out? Oh, yeah, it did happen. Yeah, Vessia cannot be in that circle of trust yet. Yarbrough may have to go lefty late game, yeah, instead of the piggyback each day. Yeah, who knows, man? No one has stepped up in that role. I mean, Ferguson's had some moments. I'm still hoping somehow Victor can get in there, because I think he's nasty. Um, Vessia, it's really he's such a location guy. I mean, everyone is, but for him, it's even more. I'm on the fence with Buehler. Yeah, we need him 100% 2024. I think he comes back. He will end up like Decime. Well, so one of the things about Buehler is I'll bring it up. Let's see. That's wrong. Wrong. Dang it. Trying to get to my next page here. Monitor scene. Where is it? I got it. Real sorry about that, folks. I got to change this real quick. Properties. There we no. Sorry. Yeah, we'll go with this one. All right. There we go. So Bruce Kuntz, if you can see this tweet out here, you can see the differences in his mechanics. So I remember seeing an article. It was after he had a performance with pitching to batters or whatever down in Oceanside, at some place there when they were playing the Padres, and he went out and did some good things. He was out there, doing, and one of the good things he's doing, he's learning to make adjustments, something that Dustin May did not do. Dustin May's mechanics didn't change one bit. Buehler is going, hey, I've already had it once. I don't want to have it again. What is wrong? What is wrong with my mechanics? What do I need to fix? So that's one of the things he's doing. And he's also, he's one of the smartest guys on the team. The guy is a student. He digs into this stuff. He's into it. And I don't worry about him. Dustin May really should take notes, because he didn't change, and now he's going to have it again, or whatever he's had. I think he's a reliever. It's been a bad year for us in terms of those things. Yeah, I'm not gonna with Buehler. We get what we get from him. Um, I'm gonna just go out and say it. Dodgers don't win a World Series without Walker Buehler in this rotation. This doesn't have it without him, even if it's for a few innings. But 2024, that's our dog. He is the ace. I know it's Kersh in so many ways. He's a legend, but no one's better in the postseason than Mr. Buehler. And I dumped 2021 because he was pushed on 3 days rest, which was absolutely stupid by the Dodgers. That was absolutely stupid to do, and it hurt him. Look what happened. Um, so we have maybe Walker Buehler back. We definitely got Bobby Miller. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's hit a couple things here. Just from Baseball Savant, he got 16 swing and misses. He had the top pitch velocities. This dude, man. There's something about him, obviously. He's a guy that, well, we'll go to the, what was it, player breakdowns? We'll go to Mr. Miller, and we'll go, okay, so he threw, yesterday, threw 32 four-seamers, 24 changeups, 19 sinkers, 11 curveballs, and 10 sliders. What's that number? 5 pitches. 5 pitches. Elite. In all these pitches, the pitch quality is getting better and better. It just keeps improving. The velocity on the four seam up to 97.9 to 100.1. Just yeah, baby. Change up 85 to 89, right? Sinker, look at that, man. That's right below the fastball, curveball. Just what a mix. We really have really 3 different speeds that 3 different speed ranges that a batter has to watch out for. Yeah, man. This guy's got it in him. Just talking with Bobby, he's a kind of a quiet guy, and I wasn't trying to bug him, but he was willing to talk, and he's a really friendly guy. Let's see what Sal says. I understand his change with mechanics. I feel he needs all this year to make tweaks and adjustments in a friendly environment. Yeah, and the other thing, Sal, that I worry about is command. That's for sure. That's always an issue with Tommy John guys, but it is one of those things where Buehler's gonna do what he does, and as a remander, go see go look up Theo Von Walker Buehler. It's a great interview. It's really enjoyable. Call it Frasso. You might as well go back and call it Frasso. That dude, like I said, he's a right-handed Alex Wood. After Mr. Buehler did his thing, let's take a quick look at his pitches, okay? Four seam only 8, 93 to 96. The slider, is a different speed. That's good. Changeup seems a bit hard, so I may not have that yet. Knuckle curves, the speed's good. Cutter, sinker. So he's throwing 6 pitches. It's good. But there was a guy named Gavin Stone that came after him and did really well. I thought he did really well in Boston. I'm really, really happy for him. Those last 2 home runs that just is what it is. We're seeing, something that I was hoping for at the beginning of the season, where, the Dodgers had 5 starters, and then they had guys like, including Pepio was going to be the 5th, and they had Miller coming up maybe, Gavin Stone coming up maybe, Michael Grove, Andre Jackson. Now we got, Emmett Sheehan making his move, and he's been good. He's got nasty stuff. Nick Frasso, why not? I would, the way I kind of line things up is I'm going to make sure I've got a few of those rookies, and they're only going 2, 3, maybe 4. Maybe Papio goes longer because I think, he's a little more established. But I just say, guys, go out there and do your nasty stuff. And let's just take it one game at a time. Um, piggyback them, all that type of stuff. But Gavin Stone, look at that cutter usage, man. That's his 51% on the cutter. Nice. Change up, then sinker, then the four seam. He only threw 5 four-seamers according to Baseball Savant. That's hilarious. So he's really fallen in love with some other pitches, and it's making a difference. So Gavin Stone's a guy, I think, again, a 3 or 4 inning guy. Just go out there, throw the crap out of the ball, and see what happens. I think that Kershaw, he's going to be 5 or 6 inning guy. Miller, I think we're going to get 5 or 6 innings out of him. And Lance Lynn, who knows? I mean, I know we were all really disappointed with that start. Ryan Reyes, welcome aboard. Sheehan make playoffs? Maybe. I mean, shoot. The dude pitched great. Might as well get all the rookies playoff experience. Again, could pay dividends in 2024. Yes. This is a weird year for the Dodgers, but it's one of my forgetting what happened this morning with number 7. Forgetting all that stuff. It's been an amazing year. Injuries have hurt. Gonsolin going down, May going down. Oh, awful. Syndergaard not working out. Those are all terrible things, but it's also given a chance for these young guys. Just I'm impressed. And then of course we saw Colton Wong came up and goes and comes off the bench. It's through Red Dong like his first swing. Yeah, and then just as a quick note before I forget, Quake's last series is this week, starting tomorrow, and then it's the playoffs. So I may not be able to cover the playoffs much. One of my sons gonna be rolling into town. I'm not sure what his schedule is, so we'll see about that. But with that, yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with all these pitchers. I think the Dodgers are in good shape, and I think it's the way to go. So let's just take a quick look. Just do some thinking back. What if the Dodgers had signed Mr. Urias to a long-term contract before the season started? Forgetting about this other stuff. He had a terrible year this year. Shohei Ohtani, one of the best pitchers in baseball, is broken. We can see Dustin May is broken, Tony Gonsolin broken. What's the 2 words about pitchers? Pitchers break. These kids are going to surprise a lot of people, so I think so. And I think what's happening with them with this season, some of them were rushed. Let's be honest. Sheehan, coming from Double-A, comes up and throws 6-inning no-hitter against the Gigantes. And then Gavin Stone came up really fast. He wasn't even settled in for a season. Wasn't even having a good year down in the minors, and comes up and didn't do well. And I'm sure he admits that. But he comes back and starts making a difference. It's really good to see. And then Papio, come on, folks. What we saw in spring training seems to be real. So the new Ryan Papio can get that slider over now. He's that changeup is a strike out of the hand instead of a ball. Yeah, I mean that's these pitchers and Bauer. Yeah, I mean him too. 2 true black eyes. And you know what? A lot of people, there's this and that with the organization, whatever. At the end of the day, they both put themselves in terrible spots. And it pays to do the right thing. It pays to not do what Bauer did. Just forget it. We don't know the Dugora details, but just going and grabbing women and all that stuff and treating them like that. just as pieces of meat. I'm gonna forget about even what the gory details are. And then Urias, you just don't hit girls, man. Um, that's it. Um, let's just see. All right, Sal, this is a good one. Okay, everyone, here we go. Here's from Doom Sal, man. Pictures are like when I bought my motorcycle. It's not if you go down, it's when you go down. And that is so true. And some of that's going to be the case, folks, during this next 2 months. You know, the Braves look good, but what if their pitching goes down? Someone's going to get hurt. Could happen. There's already people who want Snell in LA Nightmare scenario. Snell will fall off the money gets paid. Yeah, so Snell's also a Boris guy. Dodgers aren't going to pay any pitchers. They're just not. Yeah, I'm so disappointed too. I don't hate Urias, but I'm very disappointed in him. I don't, I pray for that he needs Jesus like we all do, and he needs to repent of his sins. Sorry to get a little preachy, folks, but that's where I come from. Um, but I do believe in restoration, all that stuff. But you know what? The Urias, 2 strikes, you're out. He will never be back with the Dodgers. So back to Snell. He's a 5 inning guy, maybe 6 innings but he throws so many pitches. He's a Boris guy, and there's something more important to him than baseball, and that's playing video games at night. Straight up, he's very talented. I wouldn't mind having. He's kind of a weirdo. I kind of hope he stays with the Padres. I know he's good, but I kind of hope he stays with the Padres because they got some weirdos on that team. And players I just don't like, and I don't really dislike Snell, but I think he's overrated because and it's fair. In 2018, he won the Cy Young with so few innings compared to Verlander. Yeah, his spot should go to Pepe. Oh, yeah. Now here's a question, and I don't know this. I know that if someone's injured, Pepio can come back because he got optioned. But if someone gets suspended or put on admin, can they bring him up before that 15-day window or something like that? I sure hope so, because Ryan deserves it. He's a good one. He's a good dude. But I always want to say Outman and Pepio, 2 guys I was on early, have been very, very good to me, very good to this channel. So appreciate them a lot. So those are good guys. Yeah, I don't want Snell either. Ryan Reyes. I'll pass. Someone's gonna pay him. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 7 years and $200 million or something stupid like that. And Boris will get all he can with him, and he should. I mean, Boris got to make up because to be honest, he's getting nothing for Urias. He's gonna have to go back and pitch in Mexico. Being honest with you, may have to take Snell. No lefties higher in the farm system. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm not. I think they'd rather go sign another example of a Tyler Anderson or Andrew Heaney for 1 year, which I think it'll happen. There's gonna be some pitcher out there that's gonna want to take a chance with the Dodgers lab, even though it failed with Syndergaard, but it really succeeded for Ryan Brazier, right? 6 years, 20 million or something. It's gonna be insane. What is it, 20 million, something like that, 28 million per year, 26, yeah. My bifocals are unclear. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. So Snell's going to get it. He's having a great season. Josh Hader's going to get paid. The Padres, man. I just love to talk about why they signed Darvish. He's like 36. They signed him to a 5-year extension that doesn't start till after the season. And then Cronenworth, they didn't have to sign him for another 2 years. He's already 30. and look what they're doing. Yeah. Severino, Montas, Nola, just a couple random names that come to mind. Dodgers could bet on, and you're right. They will. I could see them with Severino. Um, that's a guy that needs to change the scenery. I know he's been terrible with the Yankees this year, but something about that guy, I like him. He's got that Bubba Gump look. He's got that big chew coming out the lower lip and all that. But he just looks like he's serious business. I'd like that. Nola is going to be expensive. I could see them trying to make a Corbin Burns trade, and then just having him for the year. They're just not going to sign pitchers long term. I think we just need to get used to that. That's why they're trying to keep yes, Montes on a 1 year deal. Why not? What's your opinion on Kendall George rookie season so far? Well, there is a quick interview with Kendall. I haven't had a chance to watch him play yet. I can't wait. Hopefully, I get out there this weekend. Um, my understanding is on the 20 to 80 grade scale. With speed, he's a 90. He's just super fast. Yeah. So I can't wait to see him play. He's playing center field for the Quakes, and we'll see how they. I'm sure the playoffs are gonna narrow their team down to what they want, but he's super fast. And my guy, Steve Douglas, who did the quick interview on him, said he looks. From pictures he looks thin, but he says up in person he looks a little thicker, and he just liked what he saw. So really excited about getting that kind of speed coming in. I think speed is back. I hate the fact that the stolen bases had to be cheapened. The way things are, but it is what it is, and so you got to go. All right, let's get some more speed. So the Dodgers start. They're in Miami, right? Is that what it is? Jeez, man, I'm just. Ugh. Just pull it up real quick. Of course, the MLB app just dies on me. We got Tuesday. Yeah, we got the Marlins with Kershaw against Luzardo. Jesus Luzardo. Wait. I think he might be a free agent after this year. I hope so. He would be one to pick up. Sonny Gray is also a free agent. Shelby Miller's been looking good too. Let's just say that. Yeah. Comes up, we're going to play left. Kendall George is a center fielder in terms of speed. Outman's looking so good out there though, but Kendall George is he's a ways away. It's going to be a while, so it's going to be at least 2-3 years before he's something. But just remember what last time the Dodgers played the Marlins, it was at Dodger Stadium, and they were going to be it was all tight games. Good pitching there. They had some good pitching. Hopefully, we don't see as much of that. Let's see. Are they going to promote Yoendris Vargas to Single A to start next season? Oh, I hope so. I think he does. He'll be in Arizona for a bit, and then he'll be in Rancho. I'm excited about that one. Really excited to see if he is going to stick at shortstop. I think the Dodgers have built up their shortstop position though really well. It's in the lower minors. I think pretty soon we'll start some reviews of well, no, not really reviews, but looking at position by position in the minor leagues. I know that Casey and I did that a bit on Dodgers Prospect Report or whatever that is, which I guess it's not living anymore. We just kind of lost it. We're both very busy. But I'm going to start doing that here. I'm sure Casey will do that on his channel, and everyone else will do that. But we'll do that. Just our thoughts on those things, and just go, hey, who's the futures catcher? What do you got? Me gonna make the playoff roster? No, I don't think so. Not unless people get injured, and we don't want that. Oh, Miggy Rojas will, but yeah, Miggy Vargas will not. That's what it looks like right now. It looks like he's bounced back, but they gave the spot to Bush over Vargas, because To be honest, Bush had been doing better in AAA, but the thing is, Bush was doing like above and beyond in AAA. He was just crushing it, and Miggy has been really good too. I think he hit a home run last night, a big one. Yeah, Miggy Rojas definitely making it. um, that guy is so good out there at short. If he's not in their last two innings of a game where they're ahead in the playoffs, then they're being mismanaged. That would be a crime. Um, so hopefully, yeah, Miggy's going to play a lot. I think they can still do the same stuff they've been doing. You know, they'll be moving some guys around a little bit. I think when it's a right-handed pitcher, Mookie Betts will be the starting second baseman in the playoffs. My MVP. I don't care what happened this last weekend. I mean, Acuna is great. Let's be honest, but Mookie Betts is playing excellent second base. Also, he did. Yeah, he's fighting for a spot too. I think really it's going to come. Wong makes the playoff roster if someone gets hurt. But if you look at it right now, you know everyone that's there, the two players who won't make the position players who won't make it probably right now would be Wong and Bush because JD is going to come back. Hopefully, we need JD Martinez. Need that guy bad, but it's good to have a guy like Wong. Sometimes guys just get lost, and that seemed to have happened to him in Seattle. Who knows why? It's a mental game in baseball is hard. It's a grind. Yeah, it really. I tell you, man, you're right. I mean that. Let's talk about that Wong bomb. I like that. You know, the Dodgers were just dying that game, and then all of a sudden, this guy comes up, number 25, shortest guy. I guess he's the shortest guy on the team now. I think he's shorter than Mookie, and just crushes it. Let's see. See you later. Do you think the pressures on the Braves this season? Yeah, Dodgers are a bigger market, but it's clear that they're the team to beat. Yeah, and last year the Dodgers were the team to beat, and the Braves were the other team to beat, and they both got knocked out quick. And it's just part of playoff baseball. I think it'll be interesting because the Braves they wrote it in 2021. I don't think it would be unjust for them to win it in my opinion with Ozuna. I still don't understand how he was able to come back after such a long suspension and all that. But I guess it happens in other organizations and other places. But and then treat him like a hero. But we gave Julio a second chance. Look what happened. Veteran player like him would be great on the bench. Yep, but yes, JD needs to come back. Yeah, absolutely. We get JD back because Will Smith. They can say whatever they want. Yeah, I think he's tired. I think you got to play Barnes a little more. And Barnes has been hitting better. I mean, we were all talking about how do we get rid of Barnes, but we haven't been talking about that lately, have we? He's been good. He's doing his job. So Austin Barnes is an important person. I think I would like to see them almost alternate 2 games, throwing a 1 here and there. But I want to see Smith really rest. The playoffs, if you look at the playoffs, it's 2-2-1, and there's some extra breaks in there. Then it's 2-3-2 and 2-3-2. So there's only a couple times where the catcher or whoever you have to go 3 days in a row. So I think having Will Smith ready to go in the playoffs is super important. Let's see what else we got going on. What else is going on, chat? Our website. Yeah, we did. Ryan Fowler wrote an article about Madison Jeffrey. So Madison's a guy in low A, and I talked to him last time I was there, and he started to roll. I think I talked about this briefly, but last time we talked, and he just said he found something because all of a sudden, he just started finding the zone a lot more, not walking near as many. So Madison's something to watch. He throws 100 sometimes, and he's really found something. So hopefully I'd really like to see him get promoted for the playoffs. Barnhart, the catcher, going to get some playing time in AAA. But, that's part of it. You need a guy like Tucker Barnhart. You need a guy like Connor Wong ready to go in case something bad happens. Barnes or Smith goes down. I'd much rather have a Tucker Barnhart. I know people go, what about Hunter Fiducia? I love Hunter, but it's too late for this season. They should have done that at the beginning of the season. Yeah, they better keep JD on the IL till September 15th. I heard he's coming back against the Nationals, which is I think this next weekend. That's closer. This whole, it's weird how they play these things. I know we don't have all the details, but it's like, well, maybe he goes today, maybe he doesn't, maybe this and maybe that, and they just kept, they could have had Michael Bush up earlier. They could have been resting him earlier. I know JD's playing for a contract. He's gonna do fine. It's just his body. He's 35. These are the same. Justin Turner would go through this every year for us. Yeah, and I do want to talk about. I want to go through, do a little defense of Max Muncy. So I've been seeing a lot on Twitter. Gosh, the Dodgers should have kept Justin Turner because he could play better at third base than Max Muncy. No, he can't. He can't even make the throw anymore. Muncy's kind of gross out there. He's funky. It's not pretty. But he's way more athletic than JT. JT, man, if he was at third base, he'd be broken already. That was part of the problem with JT. He was always broken. He was good for 3 months, and then he's done. He's had a nice year with Boston. Good for him. Someone like the Padres should have tried to trade for him. The Padres should have signed him. Jeez, man. What a stupid team. Yeah, unfortunately, no roster spots for DeLuca nor Vargas this year, unfortunately. It is unfortunate. But, gosh, DeLuca's another guy. Both him and Gavin Stone started the season 2021 at Low A Rancho. They both made the majors this year. How cool is that? And DeLuca looked good. And Stone's had his moments. And I think Vargas is going to be darn good next year. So, I mean, the team next year is going to be really exciting. I got to be honest, in my head, I just want to make sure that I just want Kershaw back next year. Obviously, we don't want, Julio's gone. That train has left the station. It ain't never coming back. But man, I really want Kershaw to come back. One more year. We got to get him this year, next year. And then next year he comes and gets his 3,000 strikeouts. And wherever, I'm going to be there. I will travel. Didn't realize we get San Francisco 7 more times. Yeah. Hopefully we can eliminate them. I'm not particularly concerned with. I'm not concerned with anyone in the West right now. In the playoffs, it's a different story, but right now, no one's challenging the Dodgers. This is a team that they're built different. They're just different. This is a different team. Good rivalry games, and let's go beat them up. But yeah, we may face the Giants or the Diamondbacks, or a miracle occurs in the Padres. In the playoffs, it's a different game. We saw that last year. The Braves saw that. The Braves won their World Series with 88 games wins. They shouldn't even been there, but they did. They got a good track. They got a good playoff track, and they got to face the Brewers, who were a terrible team, while the Dodgers had to face the Giants, and they beat the crap out of each other. Scherzer going in relief and Buehler going 3 days rest. They had nothing left for the Braves that year. And the Dodgers, they lost Muncy and Kershaw before the playoffs even started. That was on 2 consecutive days. So a lot of luck's got to happen, folks. You got to hope that everyone's ready to go. And but if everyone's healthy, and I don't mean healthy like, oh my gosh, they can put Justin Turner or Chris Taylor in the lineup when they're not healthy. They can't do that. I would rather have Connor Wong, Miguel Vargas, someone like that than going, oh, let's throw somebody in there who's not healthy. What do you think about the upcoming series against Seattle? Going to be tough. Yeah, man, Seattle's good, and I wish I could go up there. I got a friend up there. Um, love to see that. Yeah, but another good test. I just want I even though the Dodgers lost 3 or 4 to the Braves, I'm just glad they played them. It's good to see they can go. The Dodgers were taking notes. That's for sure. I think the Braves wanted those games. I think Seattle coming. They want those games. The Giants are going to need those games. They're in a playoff battle right now. I think they are out right now. I believe they are out. We got here. Okay. Um, just a FYI, total personal information. I actually made Chipotle chicken today, and it did not even suck. So Frisco is out at the moment. They are 1 game out in the wild card. Um, so for the wild card, let's see. Diamondbacks and Reds are tied. Then Miami, then Giants. So these games this week against Miami, these are all good because remember last year, around September 15th, the Dodgers stopped hitting. They stopped being challenged. These are all challenges. And we got a bunch of guys that are hungry. We got a bunch of these young pitchers that are dying for a playoff spot. We got guys like Connor Wong and Peralta and Hayward, 1 year contract guys, right? And then we got, legacy guys. We got Kirsch. Well, you got we got like Shelby Miller 1 year contract. Ryan Brazier. There's a lot of incentive out there. Yeah, I couldn't believe that the chicken turned out really well. It was just some recipe on the internet machine. I just got really kind of pissed off at my $40 bill when my wife and I went there. Yeah, the wild card team race is good. I've been following that more than the division races. Of course, watching. I honest to goodness, I do not want to face the Padres in the playoffs again. Um, well, maybe this year because they're falling apart with their pitching, but I would like to not have Josh Hader in the playoffs. Um, there's no one like him. Duvall, whatever, with the Gigantes is good. Um, there's not a ton of what's his name, the general. I can't remember. Gosh darn it, the guy with the Braves, the closer with the Braves. I'm not even that impressed with him. I know he's been good, but I think he was. We had him on the brink. Um, so there's having that closer like a Josh Hader to go. This game's over in the ninth, unless Mookie Betts coming up, but to tie it up. But things happen where you just go. I'd like our closer to be the best closer, and that's Evan Phillips. So he's a good one. Um, yeah. After the Braves series, people are acting like the Dodgers got eliminated. Huh? If it was October, it would have been the case, but it's not. It was September, and yeah, there were playoffs vibe to the series. Oh, but the Dodgers were. I know we saw it. They pulled Mookie and Freddie. Um, the focus is staying healthy. Now, one of the things the Braves is doing, and I like it, but I don't. Um, they have like 4 guys that play at every game, something like that. Um, they might wear down. I'd really like to see Freddie get a couple days off. He didn't have his best playoff series or things against the Braves. Yeah, definitely gathered intel. Yep. And I think also I think this overall Dodger team has a maturity to it. It's kind of where you go, okay, the Padres, who's their leader? Oh, it's Machado. Okay, good luck. You Braves, is it Acuna? If it is, they got a problem. Or maybe Albies. I kind of like Albies. But, they still got some kid vibes. Too many kid vibes, and sometimes that's good because it's like, well, I'm just playing a game, and I'm relaxed. Versus, we could try too hard, but I don't know. We'll see. Braves did win in 2021, so they are a threat, but they also don't have Jock Peterson, so we'll see. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. We won 2 out of 3 in Atlanta. I'm not worried. Yeah, but Acuna, yeah, he was still recovering, or he not recovering. He was out a bit. I think. I don't know. He wasn't what he was, but um, there's holes in every team. I think just the Braves did show up. They did show up, and you got to like their catching tandem a lot. Um, they're getting production out of guys that shouldn't that haven't had production before. They're doing some Dodger stuff. The Dodgers are able to do stuff like that, make these players good. It's a good organization. They got these young guys signed. I think it's theft what they did, especially the Albies contract. Go look it up. It's something awful. Even with Acuna's, it's theft what they did. Taking advantage of those players and I guess not having good agents too. But yeah, Ronald Acuna should have had Scott Boras as his agent because he would be a free agent after this year or next year, and he would be making $40 million a year. Speaking of making a lot of money, Juan Soto, who everyone's favorite Padre. Let me go back to me here for a minute. There we go. Everyone's favorite Padre. I saw rumors that he might be signing, or that they're still negotiating. I can't. Then I read that article by Dennis Lind in the Athletic. He said that it's already looking like, and we're most of us people you get y'all my chat here who knows baseball, we all know that Soto's destination is DH, and I don't see him getting 450 or whatever that contract was that he turned down from Washington. I don't think that was a good move. I think at the end of the day he ends up in Philadelphia. That's where he ends up. He's gonna go back on the East Coast. A lot of the guys, they've got their homes. They're closer. They want to be closer to the East Coast because it's easier to get home, or have their family come up and all that. It's a real issue. And it's I don't discount it, and I'm good for them. But I think Juan Soto is going to be a Philly. Padres could overwhelm him though. I mean, Boras will send him to the team that gives out that has the most money to offer. And so I think if the Padres do come up with a huge contract that exceeds what Boras thinks he should get or he would get in free agency, he'll take it. But it's a weird to turn down that much money. I mean, yeah, you could get more, but do you like it there? And Washington's, they're only a couple games behind the Padres right now. They are, let's see, 2.5 games behind the Padres. Teams that sold like the Mets, they're a game behind the Padres. Pittsburgh is 0.5 games behind the Padres. Truly one of the weirdest teams I've ever seen. And like I said, I'm in San Diego, so I see it. Maybe the Mets, yeah. I wonder though, will the Mets have learned their lesson about how to spend money? Then again, they made signing Scherzer 3 years for that much money, and Verlander a lot. It was putting too much. I could see keeping one of them, but when you had both of them, that got kind of silly, and they could have used their money better than that. And people go, oh, they signed Jose Quintana. He had a nice run with the Cardinals, but come on, man, it's not someone you go, ooh. It's kind of like when. So let's talk about the national writers, especially the ones like on MLB Network or on ESPN and all that. They, oh my gosh, I've heard of that guy. He must be good. What a great signing. Taijuan Walker, what a great signing. Jose Quintana, what a great signing. They do that. They go, oh, I've heard of these guys, and they say that, and so because they've heard of them, they think they're good. And that's not the way you judge these things. Just because a guy's been good or has been good enough doesn't mean he's good or is good signing. So good for good on the Mets there and the Phillies for throwing a lot of money away. And when some of those signings I saw, I'm like, oh, good. I just don't want the Dodgers to do that. And you can see how smart the Dodgers are with these signings. They're not perfect. Syndergaard failed, straight up, but at least we got a good player for him. And then, Tyler Anderson. The Mets put him on waivers and no one claimed, or not the Mets. The Angels put on waivers, no one claimed him, including the Dodgers. I'm glad he got paid, and he turned his one good season with the Dodgers around. But not being with the prior lab and not having the shift. I mean, the Dodgers run prevention with just the things. It's like, yeah. Oh, okay. Hepatitis C later. Grove is a weirdly intriguing player, and I agree with that. I like him, at least right now. I like him in the bullpen. 1-2 innings, but a good 2 inning or one time through the order. Just let's say Michael, like with these other young guys, just go throw. Pile up the innings. Just put these things together. I mean, if you're able to have, let's just say, 4 guys cover 6 innings in 2 starts. No, wait, 12 innings. So in a let's just say in a 5-game series, and let's say that they do a couple with some piggybacks, and they get 6 innings out of one game and 6 innings out of another. That's good. Yancey replaced me. Yeah, Yancey's hurt, and he's not. It doesn't look good for him. Hoping, praying for Joe Kelly. Had the honor of being in the same locker room as Joe Kelly. That was cool. I didn't talk to him. He was busy with his son, the famous Knox Kelly, whose favorite team is probably still Mookie Betts. Yeah, he's developing a wipeout slider like Yancey has. Yeah, interesting. And like I said, Shelby Miller, Ryan Brazier, Brewster's looking a lot better, isn't he? And then Evan Phillips, that's a good 4 in the bullpen, and then we need more. Definitely need more. And so Grover, Yancey, the lefty's got to, gosh darn it. It's got to be some, I don't know who it is, but that's just been a big miss. And it just didn't happen. Yeah, it's disappointment. Caleb Ferguson's actually been pretty good unless he pitches in Ohio. He's just terrible in Ohio. Look it up. He is terrible in Ohio. He's got like 3 losses or something like that. Just pitiful in Ohio. That's his home. Weird stuff. But all right. Anything else, chat? Good to be back. I know I'm very flaky, getting on off and on. Yeah, too many long relievers potentially in October, so Grove might have to be a 1-inning guy. The thing is, I think Grove could be. He might be the best equipped to be a 1-inning guy because he's kind of done it a little bit this year. Yeah, I've spoken to him a little bit about it, and I think he's supposed to be back soon, which is cool. I think what they'll do is they'll probably go, well, we'll bring Grove up and put Sheehan down. I think what they're just trying to juggle, they're juggling guys to give them a shot to see what they can do, because they're still trying to build this playoff roster. And of course, what happened this morning with number 7 has made an impact on that. It actually, to me, it frees things up. A lot of people said it, would Doc, with his contract with Boris and all that, would he rely on him too much, or would he, in my opinion, he shouldn't have ever even been starting away games. Barnum might be an insurance policy for the scenario that Kershaw doesn't re-sign. Oh, breaking my heart. And the Dodgers move up the timeline for Barnes' coaching future. Was it Mookie Betts actually said that, or Kirsch said that he thought that Barnes, in his interview with Mookie Betts, which is awesome, was he thinks that Barnes is a future GM. I actually have him as a manager, but Barnes has been good this year, or good this last month. Let's be clear. Sorry about that. He has not been good this year. He's been good this last month. That's good to see. He's stepping it up, and plenty of guys are stepping it up. Hayward's been hitting the ball a little bit better. Peralta's just Peralta. Um, some of the relievers are doing better. And Brewstar, there's something. He's got something going on with I guess a little bit of a cutter going on now, which is all of a sudden changing the game, getting a little bit more swing and miss, things like that. So that's good to see. And the Dodgers were going. They went with him in that trust spot last night. And I don't want to give too much Evan Phillips away. I don't want them seeing too much of him. But yeah, I think their back end is looking better. It's got to stay healthy. If we can get Joe Kelly, that makes a huge difference. That's for sure. Because right now I only bring one lefty, and that's Ferguson into the playoffs, and I might bring Victor before I bring Vesia. I like Vesia, but dang, what happened with Muncy? Muncy's Muncy. He's day to day, a little twinge in his shoulder. Give him some rest, let Michael Bush play. Jeez, right? It's a long season. Things happen. Hopefully he's all right. But, let Bush play, let Kike get some third base in. And that's, people said it, and I can't disagree with it just based on the evidence. I mean, 8th, 9th inning of a game where we're up by 1. Do you want Muncy at third? I don't. But I also don't want Bush there yet either. He's not ready. Maybe Kike. Kike might be able to do that. Maybe Taylor. But, yeah. Let's see. So, got the games in Florida, Miami, to be specific, against a good team that's trying to make the playoffs. And they got the Nationals, who are battling the Padres for irrelevance. And then it will eventually be playing the Giants, like I said, 7 games. You got the Mariners coming up. Got the Padres for one more series. I'm going to try to go to that, see if I can get a media pass for that one. I think I'm going to request an interview with somebody just to be able to sit down and get some just thoughts going to the postseason. So just like Outman or Miller or any of the guys, any of those rookies that are on the playoff that should be on the playoff roster. A lot of guys are still getting healthy. DeLuca's still rehabbing, but I doubt he gets called up, but only unless someone gets hurt, which we don't want. It's a good team. The team is their bench is good. Starting pitching is not what it should be. That is the weak spot. So everything else is about the same. Padres always do have. They do have one for the Dodgers. It's their World Series, and this year even more. They're trying to just get to frickin' 500. Quick math here. Padres right now are 65-74. They have to go 16-7. Repeat. 16-7 just to finish at 500. I hope they don't make it, but sorry, my friends out there, my Padre friends, but I don't like your players. I just don't. I don't like your team. I wish Bob Melvin was coaching somewhere else. And I'm not a fan of their front office and the way they've done things. They're just not. They're overrated in my opinion. So, Padres love it, but they get all hyped up. But they nailed us last year, man. They kicked us in the teeth. They beat the 111 win team with their trashy, whatever, 22-89. They just, it just, the playoffs, you get hot. You can put any team in the playoffs. I saw this somewhere. And even the worst team in a like a 5-game series or something like that, they've got a 30 to 40% chance of winning. So you can go and put the Rockies in there against the Braves, and they have a 30% chance of winning. That's insane, but it's true. That's why I don't like these expanded things as much. You go and you work all season, and then some team that can barely be 500 goes in and smacks you in the face. Who is more of a wild card threat to LA, Brewers or Phillies? Oh, I go Phillies. Dodgers have struggled a little bit with the Phillies the last couple years. And it really comes down to one dude, and his name is Bryce Harper. What a great player. What a freaking great player. And he can turn a game around. Kershaw, Lynn, and bullpen. That's probably a bullpen game, right? And I like that. I mean, it's good to see, even though it was mentioned earlier about maybe Yarbrough might having to be used a bit more in relief. Kind of a cleric maybe type thing. Remember him? He would come in and just throw to one guy. If the Padres win this series versus the Dodgers, they may be so happy that they forget they are still out of the playoff race. Yeah, hopefully the Dodgers sweep them and knock them and get them. First of all, I hope they eliminate them. Well, they'll already be eliminated from the division race by the time they play them next week. I believe they're out. Their elimination for the division is 5. Their magic number is 5. So the Dodgers' magic number against the Diamondbacks is 12, Giants 11, Padres 5, and the awesome Rockies are eliminated. Padres' magic number to be eliminated for the wild card 17. So is Pittsburgh's and the New York Mets. Yeah. See? Hepatitis C later knows where it's at. Dodgers have no lefties to face Harper. Yep, so scary matchup scenario. Absolutely. Whew. Padres have a parade playoffs or not. If they beat the Dodgers, yeah, they will. They might have a parade if the Dodgers don't win the World Series and the Padres don't even make the playoffs. I mean, they're weird like that. Any team where their fan base's main chant is beat LA, they got a problem. It's like, it's let's go Dodgers. It's not beat SD or beat SF or anything like that. It's let's go Dodgers. And that's the way I prefer it. I root for my team. I root against Padres just because it's fun down here, but I'm not going to sit there and go and just go root against them or something like that. It's just fun to watch them flail. So yeah, the postseason's coming up. I want to take a quick look here, just because it's really hilarious. American League right now, the leaders are Baltimore, Seattle, and Minnesota. Tampa's right. They're gosh darn it, man. They're like 3+ games back of Baltimore. Houston's a little bit back of the Mariners they're like they're basically tied. And then Texas is right there too. So Toronto's out, Boston's out by 4.5 games. They're still kind of in it. Yankees are 8 games out. Good Lord. What a disaster that is. Angels with their great, absolutely embarrassing organization. They're 12.5 games out of the wild card. Artie Moreno, just sell the team. You really suck. Will the Dodgers be forced to put Vesey on the playoff roster based on like a lefties. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't play that game. But what they'll do is they'll go for each series. Remember, they can change the playoff roster for each series. They'll go, okay, let's say they are playing the Phillies. And the Phillies have, what's that dude? That big boy. Gosh. Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber. And they got Bryce Harper. I think Vesey makes the roster. But if it's another team that doesn't have those types of lefty power hitters and stuff, maybe not. Maybe it's someone else. I just go with the best, and then you look at the best, who's the best, and then you go, okay, let's say that if Shelby Miller has terrible numbers against the Phillies, then you go, well, maybe he doesn't make that roster. So things like that are going to happen. The Dodgers are going to look at each series as it is. The key is health. And if the Dodgers are healthy, and if the rookies can keep an even keel, we're going to be great. How are the Dodgers going to address lefty situation for next year? Robleski, no, they're not ready. Gamboa is a reliever. He seems to be a reliever. He could go long, couple innings. Braves are peaking too soon. Dodgers did that last year. Yeah. After a long postseason last year, this may have been their October and maybe cooked in the playoffs. But the Dodgers, they both got eliminated at the same time last year. But the Dodgers did peak last year, and they were done by mid-September. Their team sucked September 15th and on. It was something like that. So the Braves got to watch out for that. They're a well-run team, though, so we'll see. And they're younger than the Dodgers. They've got a bunch of young guys. They're going to be a force for a long time. Keeping their players like they have, that's good. Glad they did. You can do that. The Dodgers, unfortunately, had two players that should have been foundational, but they were represented by Scott Boras. And he takes guys to free agency. He just does. I was surprised Vesey got Olsen out. Dave should have just cut it loose and take the rare Vesey a good moment. Yeah, and you know what? He didn't have to keep him in. Could have taken him out. But he chose not to. So I think also, again, Doc was not playing this as a playoff game. Braves were. Remember, they went with their closer 3 games in a row. When he closed on Thursday night, that was his 3rd game in a row. So they were playing a little bit different. So good. Let him play that way. It doesn't bother me one bit. The important part is just to get the guys healthy, get them hot. Hopefully, try to find a way to get hot at the right time. There's no science to that. But I think if any team can put it together, it's this team. I really, really like him. Vesey will be gone next year. Yeah. I think you have to make some moves. I mean, you remember the Dodgers just kept on, running the whole Scott Alexander thing out there every year. They do wait, but they got someone else in that Vesey. And Vesey has been that was a nice little trade. That worked out pretty well. They also got Kyle Hurd in that trade. Yeah. Dodgers can get to starter. Yeah, I agree. Their pitching outside of Fried is iffy. And the Dodgers can get to Fried too. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about our own starters just going long enough. But I think the Dodgers are fine. I do believe this team is good. I think with the Julio, there might be a couple days distraction, maybe. That's about it. If you recall when Bauer did his stuff in 2021, it was a blip in terms of the way the team was handling things. That's what happened, when you have good leadership. They had JT, they had Pujols. What else do you need? And then, with the Dodgers, even in 2019 when Julio went down, it hurt the team. But but they still won 106 games. So leadership this year is going to be important. Yeah, Braves not seeing JD might be a blessing. Absolutely. But most importantly, just gosh, making sure he's ready. Not, well, 80% there, and then you have another guy like JT was in the lineup last year in the playoffs, couldn't hit the ball, couldn't touch the ball, had 2 weak hits. Chris Taylor couldn't do a darn thing. So I don't want to see those types of players out there. I'd rather see someone who's healthy. So, all right, folks, I think I'm done. I have to go. Like the rest of you, got to go back to work tomorrow. And we got, like I said, we got the Marlins. We got a full slate of minor league games tomorrow. Playoffs are going to be happening next week. Tulsa is the only team I think that didn't make it. Everyone looking good. Our Batista team won it in the Dominican Summer League. The ACL team didn't win. I can't remember. It was Milwaukee's team won. But I think we're going to get a couple championships this year at least. William, thank you. Enjoyed the show. Thank you. Really appreciate you taking the time to engage us. Oh, yeah. I love you guys are the best. This chat is where it's at. So let's get more people in the chat. Let's see if we can get some more people. Oh, we can't. Any chance we acquire another pitcher for playoffs? No, we won't be able to. If they're not in the system now, Javier, you can't. If they're not on the roster before September 1st, it's impossible. So anyone that's in the system right now, though, can be. So any pitcher that's in their system right now is eligible for the playoff roster. But yeah, that's it would have been nice considering with this Julio situation and the lefty relievers not really getting in there. But all right, everyone. Yeah, let's get more people. Get more people in the chat. Chat. I love this chat. It makes it fun. Makes it. I like to engage because it makes me think. I need to do that. Get warmed up for the work week, that's for sure. So let's everyone have a great week. I'll get at you sometime soon. Come back and gather and hopefully be celebrating some more W's from the Dodgers all through the system. All right. Thanks, everyone. God bless and go Dodgers.